আমাদের গল্পগুলো যদি ভালো লাগে তবে লাইক, কমেন্ট অ্যান্ড শেয়ার করবেন, অ্যান্ড চ্যানেলটি অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন। সাবস্ক্রাইবে পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটি ক্লিক করবেন, যাতে করে পরবর্তী পর্ব আপলোড দেওয়ার সাথে সাথে নোটিফিকেশান পেতে পারেন। আর অবশ্যই এই ভিডিওর সাউন্ড অফ করে দেন গল্পটি পড়বেন। Sunscreens can be divided into two categories: chemical sunscreen, which absorb specific wavelength of UVR, and physical sunscreen, which reflect UVR and the shorter visible wavelength. Sunscreen are now highly sophisticated, and most open protection against UVV and most UVA wavelength. If a patient is abnormally photosensitive to the longer wavelength of UVA and the visible part of the spectrum, then conventional sunscreen are not beneficial, and specific reflectant sunscreen are required. Historically, these agents are less cosmetically acceptable due to visible light reflection, but current formulation, some of which tinted, have reduced in this problem. Sunscreen protection levels are described by sun protection factor. This is the ratio of the dose of UVR required to produce skin erythema in the presence and absence of the sunscreen. A sunscreen of SPF 20 means that it would take 20 times as long for a person to develop sunburn in the presence of the sunscreen as compared to not using it. Therefore, SPF is really a sunburn protection factor. It is not a good guide to how well a sunscreen will perform in protecting against other reactions such as skin pain and erythropoietic protoporphyria. SPF value are determined under experimental conditions, whereas in practice, people tend to use 25 to 33%. Detailed history by the onset of course of leg ulceration and predisposing condition should be elicited. A wound covering is called a dressing. Indication of there is the active agent vehicle wound type should be considered. Wet lesion should be treated with wet dressing. Paste bandage can be used in conjunction with topical emollients and glucocorticoid to soothe and cool, ease pruritus and scratching, and reduce inflammation. UVR treatment, most commonly narrow band ultraviolet B and Soralen, are used in the management of many different diseases. The best evidence of their efficacy is in the psoriasis, atopic eczema. Psoriasis is natural photosensitive found in a number of plants. They are intercalated between the strands of DNA and an acceleration with UVA. Oral retinoids are used in a range of conditions, including antihistamine. A range of H1H2 receptor antagonists are used in the dermatology for disease immune system in the skin is relevant, like urticaria. Non-sedative antihistamine should be given. Fluoxetine, cetirizine for puric conditions such as eczema. The sedating effect of antihistamine like hydroxyzine, chlorpheniramine is important. However, may be added to antihistamine regimen. Detailed history by the onset of course of leg ulceration and predisposing condition should be elicited. A wound covering is called dressing. Indication of there is the active agent vehicle wound type should be considered. Wet lesion should be treated with wet dressing. Paste bandage can be used in conjunction with topical emollients and glucocorticoid to soothe and cool, ease pruritus and scratching, and reduce inflammation. UVR treatment, most commonly narrowband ultraviolet B and soravin, are used in the management of many different diseases. The best evidence of their efficacy is in the psoriasis, atopic eczema. Psoriasis is a natural photosensitive found in a number of plants. They are intercalated between the strands of DNA and an acceleration with UVA. Oral retinoids are used in a range of conditions, including antihistamine. A range of H1 receptor antagonists are used in the dermatology. For disease immune system in the skin is relevant, like urticaria. Non-sedative antihistamine should be given. Fluoxetine, cetirizine for puric conditions such as eczema. The sedating effect of antihistamine like hydroxyzine, levothyroxine is important. However, may be added to antihistamine regimen. Detailed history by the onset of course of leg ulceration and predisposing condition should be elicited. A wound covering is called dressing. Indication of there is the active agent vehicle wound type should be considered. Wet lesion should be treated with wet dressing. Paste bandage can be used in conjunction with topical emollients and glucocorticoid to soothe and cool, ease pruritus and scratching, and reduce inflammation. UVR treatment, most commonly narrowband ultraviolet B and soravin, are used in the management of many different diseases. The best evidence of their efficacy is in the psoriasis, atopic eczema. A wound covering is called dressing. Indication of there is the active agent vehicle wound type should be considered. Wet lesion should be treated with wet dressing. Paste bandage can be used in conjunction with topical emollients and glucocorticoid to soothe and cool, ease pruritus and scratching, and reduce inflammation. UVR treatment, most commonly narrowband ultraviolet B and soravin, are used in the management of many different diseases. The best evidence of their efficacy is in the psoriasis, atopic eczema. Psoriasis is a natural photosensitive found in a number of plants. They are intercalated between the strands of DNA and an acceleration with UVA. Oral retinoids are used in a range of conditions, including antihistamine. A range of H1 receptor antagonists are used in the dermatology. For disease immune system in the skin is relevant, like urticaria. Non-sedative antihistamine should be given. Fluoxetine, cetirizine for puric conditions such as eczema. The sedating effect of antihistamine like hydroxyzine, levothyroxine is important. However, may be added to antihistamine regimen. Detailed history by the onset of course of leg ulceration and predisposing condition should be elicited.